Hello. Surprise.
Okay, so I have to continue the unboxing because I uncovered a whole bunch of stuff that I noticed was
Mhm.
missing. And so the first thing I need to find is the Gerber, and it's a discontinued item. And also remind me, I need to show you guys the Boker Mermaid Blade HQ special sticker and coin because that was in the box as well. Fortunately, I spilled over the box. Popcorn went everywhere. And that's when I realized there was some additional swag that actually the the bottom tape had ripped and it like fell underneath the flap. So some of it might have gone missing, but at the very least, there was indeed at least the oh, and D's knives. This is the D and D's knives. So, and then this was part of the swag. I don't know what that means. U.S.
Disse de
Protective
quem?
Service. I don't know, something or other. And then there was this other strange patch. I don't know, I'll have to dig it all up later once I put some of this stuff away so that I don't get so confused. Anyway, let's open this Gerber. Oh yeah, here we go. There's a Savivi.
Hum.
Same old unboxing knife. Here, let me fix this to that.
Boa.
Calvin,
Good.
what up, man? Hey, Calvin.
Hello.
Booker's
Welcome.
caliper, front flipper, and I don't know what
Open.
this means. TIsurvival.com. Trust everyone, but always cut the cards. I'm not sure what that means. I, I mean, I get it. Cut the cards. Yeah, you should cut the cards so that if anyone's cheating, that's why Vegas always cuts the deck right at the end just to ensure that no one's stacking the deck weird. Okay, so this is from Love Them Knives. I hope to goodness, because otherwise I am missing that Gerber that I got. How come this doesn't feel like it? Doggone it. I know what this is. This is the Ontario Rat 1, which I have never had. You probably know me better as Goondocks. I thought so, Calvin, because I was like, I was, after I said, oh, hey, Calvin, and I was like, Calvin, I was like, wait a second, isn't that Goondocks' name? So you changed your name. I like Goondocks, though. Oh, and you have stickers for Goondocks as well. This is the Rat 1, and I got it secondhand with the aftermarket my car to scale, so I couldn't pass it up. So I now officially have a Rat 2. I wanted a Rat 2 just for size comparisons. So I have a Rat 1, which I got. They were
Hum.
on a big discount for like $22 at Knife Center. Those are all gone now though, but I got that. This action is so nice. And I believe this is the Chinese made Ontario, isn't it? This is the Model 2 Taiwan. Oh, okay. Well, anyway, it's not a USA made Ontario, but this goes to show you how good they are at making knives. I mean, this machining is so nice. I really feel like the rats were like the original budget overseas knife that made people believe like you can get great action from overseas knives. It's not only about US knives. So I still cannot locate that whatchamacallit Gerber, the discontinued Gerber. So still don't know where that's gonna be. So that happened. That's frustrating. Lembra, Calvin e Gundoxy. Lembra?
Sim, lembro. Remember.
Okay, so this is from Justin over at White Mountain Knives. Oh, no swag, Justin. Bruh. Bruh. Bruh, what are you doing?
Cadê?
This is the Chevalier. And I remember somebody was calling it a Chevalier. I think it was Lefty. I was just like, please, God, no. Like Chevalier as in chandelier. It's the Chevalier. which is like, you know, I think it's similar to where we get chivalrous from
Que
Chevalier,
faca é essa?
basically. Swagless, I know, right? But Civivi always puts in tons of swag, so it should be fine. Okay, Civivi Chevalier, and you guys have already seen this a bunch of times, so you know their little rag, their instructions, their sticker, and the Elementum sticker. And here it is. This is the black on black micarta, bunch of grease, and first flip. It's good. It's good. I see why people like this one better than this is the, I'd say this is just about the closest to a Malibu. I know people are going to be like, how dare you compare that to Malibu? Yeah, well, at what, a fraction of the cost, less than half. I think you can buy 3 of these for what a Malibu costs, if you can find a Malibu. Yeah, it feels pretty nice. Little bit of lock stick on the button, but the D-pad,
Que faca é essa?
pretty nice. It's really nice. Dave, hey, how's it going? So,
Ô, cabeça,
it's not
que
bad.
faca é essa?
It's not bad. It's not great yet, but I think it just needs to break in. So it's a little bit stiff, but
Charles.
I'd like for it to drop better than that. I don't want to put any oil in it yet. I want to work it in first. Okay, there's that. So let's put all these away.
Não, você não me explica.
Isso é de Civivi. Se chama Civivi.
Ah, sim, eu sei, conheço.
Com botão. Eu gosto.
Sim, eu conheço.
Sabe,
Eu ganhei facas Civivi, não ganhei?
E olha,
eu tenho
isso é
facas.
micarta também.
Boa.
Gosta dessa lâmina?
Gosto. Me agrada. Porque ela tem uma ponta meio oval.
They've gotten smaller, these Civivi cases, which is fine with me. They were kind of big and bulky before, which was sort of annoying. So just as well that they toned that down and kind of pared it down. I think it's perfectly appropriate to make those knife pouches just small enough to fit them, because before they were just a little too big. It's almost like a full knife pouch. Next is, why do I have multiple? This is from SMKW, I believe. So let's see what's going on here.
Cadê?
Okay, once again with the free gifts. This was $50. Oh, okay. Ration. That's weird. Why did I do that? Okay, so once again, blades, SMKW, and crap. These crappy, idiotic ads. I mean, these things are just, God, who would, oh my God. And this KNF. Okay, and then of course the work mat. Wasn't it supposed to be the work mat and something else too? No, it's just the work mat. Okay, the Kershaw Ration in green. This is $4. You can get these as low as $3. The benefit of green is just color coordinating, so that A, it's my favorite color, and B, that way they don't get mixed up, because I have like several silver ones. Let me see.
Você tá coletando facas.
Just barely enough room for the knife. Nothing like Cold Steel. Cold Steel obviously uses a computer program to make those boxes exactly the same size as the knife, because it's hard to do that without a computer. I mean, those are exact. I mean, you get this tiny little box, you're like, wait, I got a huge ass knife. And then you open this tiny little box and suddenly this massive, hey, budget guy, this massive, massive knife comes out of it. You're like, what the hell? I mean, everyone comments on it. Even Jimmy Slash is like, you know, the biggest knives from the smallest boxes. You know, it's over the top. So there are exactly 2 knives, and no surprise, they're both budget micarta fixed blades. This is $20. This is the marbles. So let's see. I think it was on sale. MR $5.99. Let's see. This is okay. So they're typical marbles, nylon sheath. And, now that is an Esmuk. I don't think they call it that. It's a skin. I think they just call it Skinner, but that's pretty much an Esmuk. So think about it. If you want $20, a super budget with both micarta and an Esmuk, I doubt there's a less a budget. You know, I got my first Cold Steel folder from Chaz today as a gift. It's freaking awesome. I don't know who Chaz is, but I'm telling you, Cold Steel, I became a fanboy. At first, I thought it was all gimmick, and I'm a total fanboy now. Ask Calvin. Look at that beautiful look. All right, am I back? Pode ver de tudo? Pode me escutar?
Perfeitamente.
So you guys tell me, is that or is that not a Nesmuk? Not that, I mean, yes, Nesmuk is a specific kind of knife, but because it borrows from Northern Skinner type knives, Canadian belt knives, it takes a lot of those elements. So this may or may not be a full-blown authentic Nesmuk, but I'll compare it to some of my others once I do. But I think that's part of the reason why I got it, because it's got that Nesmuk and micarta, and it's ultra budget. I'm all about ultra budget micarta. And as you know, I'm much more into fixed blades these days, and I nearly got the strap. It's a passable sheath. It's better than the Rough Riders ones, which is not saying much. Those are pretty bad. So again, that was the MR 599. And here we have Comoran tactical steel. Every part of this handmade, hand fitted, 100 steps, fit and perfect. It continues to honor tradition of the samurai legend of the Comoran. I don't know what the Comoran is. Made in China. It's the KO026. KO026. Huh. Yeah, this is $26. This is $27. Leather sheath. Looks like it's that genuine leather where they put that sort of fake veneer on top. It's basically the thinner, shittier suede section underneath. It's not bad though. I mean, look, they even include a cloth with the Comoran label or logo. So they're trying to be a little bit more upscale, but of course, this is an ultra budget company. Authentic Comoran knife. I mean, what's authentic about it? I mean, legend has it, fearsome bird of prey. Okay, so it might be a legendary beast. You can read that.
Não dá para enxergar.
And like the samurai. I mean, this is so moan. You know, all this verbiage. It's ridiculous. Anyway.
Não gostei.
Let's look at the knife. Is the micarta handle. Aha. It's that very, very smooth polish micarta, which I personally don't like. I like it rougher. So the more, I like it very porous, but apparently it's actually higher quality to have this polished. It's considered finished micarta. And very small blade, extremely heavy. It says Big China there. Extremely thick, full tang. Both of them are full tang. This is super heavy. Um, Very small blade, huge handle. So as you can see, it's almost like a sword, you know, the way they have that hook there. But it feels quite good in hand. It's got great jimping. Yeah, it's a nice little knife. So let's see.
Bonita essa faca.
Once it's hard not to be a fanboy. I agree. I love just about any knife. Budget guy, you and I are such kindred spirits. It's hard for me to find a knife and be like, I hate this knife. Like a lot of these knife channels out here, you know, and openly so. They're not going to say they're not knife snobby. But, you know, I mean, like people are like, oh, this budget button locks, they're not as good as the Malibu. Like, okay. Is the Malibu 3 times better than this knife? Because that's how much more you're paying. It's nobody will say it's literally 3 times better. Yeah, it's better, and it should be
Tá.
better.
Aqui, você
Okay,
falou que o
so
cabo dela.
here's this.
Você não deixa eu falar. É incrível. Você falou que o cabo dela
Isso é
imita uma
micarta.
micarta? É isso que você disse? Travou.
É micarta também.
Ah, é micarta também? Porque você falou assim, micarta? Entendi.
It's a little bit rough going in, but
Bonita.
oh, that's nice. It actually goes in to there the way they did the sheath. I actually kind of like sheaths that do this, where it covers a lot of the handle as well. It feels very outdoor knife, you know, because, you know, there's no need for a strap or anything. And as you can see, something like this has to have that strap because there's no tension. This is going to form fit 100%. So I'll go ahead and oil this sheath down too. I like this sheath. I got to say, this is 27 and this is 20. This is significantly better. Of course, much smaller blade, very different shape. You know, there's not, it's apples and oranges, but love the leather sheath. I love this kind of sheath. It feels very bushcrafty to me, you know, that where it covers a big portion of the handle, you know, and you kind of have to pull it this way. I actually like that because it's definitely, and the irony is they're calling it the tactical steel. What does that even mean? Tactical and steel? Why would you put, what is there a non-tactical steel? Like non-tactical steel versus our tactical steel. What the hell does that even mean? Yet, ironically, this is very outdoorsy, and this is 100% not a tactical knife. Oh, the other problem is this is a 7CR17, so that means it's going to be quite soft. That's, I think, because the fit and finish is not bad, but they did downgrade it to a 717. So I think that's where they cut the corners, you know. So more people would want that money towards the steel because after all, it is a knife. But when you have a trillion knives in nearly every steel out there, I just as well be able to compare how good budget knives can be and how good fit and finish can be for something that, look, 7CR17 is going to really emphasize the stainlessness, right? So 17 MOV is going to give you more molybdenum, which is exactly what, I guess, molybdenum and I guess chrome, whatever, is going to give you more stainlessness, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm wrong about that, go ahead and tell me. But I believe that's what the 17 part, so like 8CR13 is more carbon, less stainless, though it is still stainless because 12, I think, is the cutoff, I think, or 13, or it's right there at that cutoff. But the 17 it's actually similar to what Gerber uses. Gerber keeps getting criticized for making 7CR17 a lot, and people are like, "What are you doing, Gerber?" Which I get, but I get why they do it because Gerber and Buck, using 420HC, they have a clientele base that's used to sharpening their knives every time they use it. you know. And if you give them a super steel,
Fine.
they'll be like, you can't sharpen this stuff, it's crap. So there's not going to be a lot of love for it. Arguably, tactical steel to me means a non-rusting blade, whereas you're going to carry more gear that's heavier, that's less tactical for a carbon steel where you got to carry oils, etc. Very cool. Okay. I That's fascinating. I appreciate you. Oh, I forgot I can highlight comments. I forgot. It's been so long. So that's a great perspective. I really appreciate that. I would have never thought. But you're right. For carbon steel, you do want to have some oils on hand to prevent it from rusting. So tactical is definitely more carry and go, as it were, right? Carry and go, carry and go. Don't have to worry about maintenance nearly as much. Carbon steel, it's going to be tougher, better edge retention, but it's going to require a ton more maintenance. So I can see that. And that is going to be my cue. I have a 10 o'clock meeting, and I believe that is all for the unboxings for now. I mean, I also got, so from Danny, maybe I could just do that now instead of doing the whole trilogy. Let's really read this. This thing's so corny. Legend has it that in ancient Japan, the Comoran was revered as a fearsome bird of prey. Its tenacity and courage were unsurpassed by its competitors. The Comoran stalked its prey swiftly and silently through the forest and field as an omen of good luck and strength. Before imminent war, the samurai looked for the Comoran because they believed it was a sign of certain victory and the absolute defeat of their enemy. Many etched the symbol of Comoran into the blades of their swords, believing it would provide courage in battle, harden the blade like the bill of the Comoran, and deliver certain death to their enemies. This authentic, Comoran knife was handmade and hand-fitted using high-quality materials to honor the legend of the Comoran. It took several hundred steps to make, fit, and perfect this Comoran knife. May your days be filled with the luck of the samurai who, on their journey, were lucky enough to find the Comoran along the way. That's a lot of verbiage. Like the samurai who found the Comoran circling in the sky, may your courage be steadfast and may fate be on your side. So there's the Comoran symbol. There it is. And that's what they would etch on their blades. And as you can see, there it is etched on the blade. Can you see it right on the ricasso? So, okay. Definitely tactical verbiage. Tactical verbiage. Does that count? I'm going to go ahead, since I have a little bit of time before 10, I will go ahead and show you the pre-unboxings, as it were. I don't know if Danny did an actual unboxing, but he asked if he could swap blades with me. So this is the Civivi Conspirator. Can you see that? Let's see if I can figure out how to. There we go. Can you see that? Civivi Conspirator C21006-2. So the -2 is the green micarta handle with the black stonewash Nitro V blade. So he wanted the black on black. I don't know if you know, Danny loves black on black. He loves the Murdered Outlook. So he got the black, I don't know if it was carbon fiber or micarta, but it comes with the like a gray silverish blade. Well, you'll soon see. And he said, "Oh, I really want the black blade." And I said, "Look, no worries. I'll give you mine." So I gave it to him sealed. I didn't do it on unboxing so that he could do it. There's the Civivi sticker again with the Elementum once again, and their thing once again, and the thing. And here is the green micarta. And here we go. The detent is definitely weaker than the Chevalier, but it flips. Hey, Matisfaction, how's it going? What's all this?
Eu não lembro dessa faca, não.
Hey, Squirrel, King Nutters. Okay, so let's see. It's much bigger, as you can see. Thicker, bigger in hand. Blade length is pretty similar, but you're going to get a taller blade, slightly longer blade, and definitely more belly. This one has that indexing, which I always like because it's more ergonomic. Um, and But this is much more neutral, which feels not too bad. Doesn't feel too bad. The micarta, I like Civivi micarta because it's rough. Again, technically that means it's less. My as
Tá
the shooting looks
travando.
like something penis, a penis. Thoughts? This the chevalier, the chevalier. Let's see. Um, does it look like a penis? I mean, if you were one of those teenage guys that drew penises everywhere and whatever, then perhaps. Você acha isso parece pênis?
Não, óbvio que
Nada?
não. Nada. De onde você
Okay,
tirou
so not
isso?
at all, she says.
Eu, hein?
I wouldn't have thought of it. I mean, does that mean that therefore
Pênis.
every sort of sheep's footish style blade is going to look like a penis? I don't see it either. Okay, so we agree. All of us are in agreement. No, I don't think it looks like a penis at all. It would have never mentioned it. Had you not mentioned it, would have never. But Lefty was
Pai.
probably one of those kids that liked making penis jokes and drew penises on everything, and was probably one of those
Véi,
type of guys.
de
But
onde você tirou essa de onde você tirou essa referência de pênis, amor? Pelo amor de Deus. Do nada. Parece
okay.
um pênis?
Secondly, I purchased from Danny. He had a knife sale on his channel, and I wanted to go ahead and get some more compression locks. I got these before, and that's what inspired me to get those others that you'll see in the first unboxing I did the other day. I finally got the last couple of what the heck? This says Delica flat ground. I think he gave me the wrong box because I don't think I got a Delica. Yeah, this is the see the Yojimbo. I'm gonna have to ask him about that. This is the Yojimbo, the regular, the murdered out. Very heavy blade. I wasn't expecting that. So,
ela nem firma.
Olha, isso é Spyderco.
Aham, eu lembro. Eu lembro dessa faca.
The action's good.
Eu acho que é a faca que eu menos gosto.
A lot of people think the Taiwanese ones are the best, but never mind. These are the Golden Colorado. For some reason, I was thinking this is Taiwan. A lot of people love the Taiwanese-made Spydercos. Think that they're better. This one feels nice. It feels solid to me, but the blade is really heavy. So just in case you guys were wondering, so this is Janitch's design. Janitch brought the Wharncliffe back because the Wharncliffe was made by Lord Wharncliffe for a wood carving. But what Janitch figured was when you're slashing, right? If you have a blade with a belly, I want you to watch. Look. So see that big of a difference? If I'm slashing, imagine, okay, so I'm slashing. You see how fast the tip gets to the target and cuts down? Imagine. So you're slashing, and here's the parallel. See? Bam. See how fast that hits? Look, side by side. See? The tip of a Wharncliffe, see how it gets there first? That much of a difference. And so when it goes in, right, you've got more, it's just physics, okay? That belly, which allows it to be more of a skinner, for like skinning things and roll cuts and all that, its point delivers later. And that is a fraction of a second, but in a knife fight, just enough to make a difference. Furthermore, what Janich likes is for stabbing. That ramp is going to force the cutting edge to go down, creating much larger gaping wound. Again, as opposed to something like this, which was designed for piercing, is just going to pierce straight in without making jagged cuts or cutting downwards. This, by increasing the thickness, increasing the strength, and by creating that ramp, it's going to force the point to go down. So that's where the Yojimbo comes from. Well, crud, there goes the stream. Hey, Brent. Oh, Hinder Collector. Hey, buddy. How's it going? So that's the explanation of his philosophy behind blade design. So that happened. Okay, now let me find out. This is the Delica background. Okay. Oh, look at that. The community, the knife community, D's Knives. Okay, this is going to go right up there.
Comunidade.
Oh, no.
Evita a comunidade.
This is supposed to be a magnet, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's a magnet. Why is it not sticking? There we go. It's not sticking too well. All right. Next. Okay. And he gave me an extra Civivi cloth. These are the original scales for the Little Native. And this is the Little Native. Is that right? So, Little Native pin black? I don't know what pin means. LR 1501. C230 GPBBK. So, black blade, black. And he put these titanium scales on it. I'm not a fan of titanium, but I'm starting to be converted, because feeling these aftermarket scales, there is something nice about the feel of titanium. There's something, to me, slightly soft about it. Perhaps that's because they put a nice polish on it and chamfered it nicely, but there's something that feels grippy about it. I don't know why. Brant, the guy that could have bought a house, has 50 hinderers. Oh, speaking of, you should weigh in on the hinderer conspiracy. I think I side against your boy. I think what he did was bullyish. I think it made him look bad. I think that the majority of all knife makers run their steel soft. If you doubt me, go ahead and look at Knife Nerd's channel or Steel Nerds or whatever it is, where he tells knife makers, look, you want to run this in this range. And they're like, oh, I'm too scared. I don't want it to break. Because the last thing a knife maker wants is a chipped or broken blade to return to them. That is their nightmare. And so it just makes sense to them to run their blades soft, and the sad fact is that doesn't help them technically, because when a metallurgist gives you hardness ranges, it is optimal in every sense, and you will lose its optimal everything if you go outside that range. So therefore, when a metallurgist gives you the range, you really need to stay in that range, because it's unpredictable. If you look at the graphs, it's unpredictable what happens outside of that range. Certain steels are narrow than others. Most premium steels are very narrow in their ranges and are very particular. That's where the Sandviks excel, because the Sandviks are very lenient in their heat treating. That there's a lot of room for play. The premium steels tend not to be so forgiving, which is a purposeful with Sandvik. They specifically designed it for industrial knife making, so that it has broad, lenient heat treats so that it's not so hard to get right. Okay, and that's it. So I finished. Oh, and then as a gift, he gave me. Let's see if I can find him here. I left him here to show as part of the thing, but I wasn't quite prepared. Here we are. As a gift, he gave me. He knows what a big fanboy of MTechs I am, and I'm pretty sure I commented on his. He did. I remember his video on this, and I was like, I'm telling you, you don't laugh at MTech. And sure enough, here's the MTech neck knife, and he replaced it with this camo paracord. So there's your MTech USA design. It's I wonder if it's 440. I think it might actually be 440. I don't know, but nice little neck knife design. What I want to show you is I have. This is from Combat Ready. Look familiar?
Deixa eu ver.
Almost identical. Almost identical. It's not
É da pequenininha.
but it's pretty close. You see, the shape is slightly different, but it's very similar. And then you also have your Boca Magnum. Boca Magnum is their quote-unquote cheapest line, their most budget line, and they also have, take a look at that. Again, very similar.
Nossa, muito parecido. As três.
See, you can see they're all slightly different. This one has more of a thumb ramp, almost like a harpoon, and the lanyard holes are different. So you can see there's differences in the clip point here. This is more of what they call the modified, modified Tanto or whatever, the Benchmade thing. So you can see they're very, very similar. So yeah, they might very well be coming out of the same factory, and the Boker one is real Kydex. The MTech one is plastic, very similar to Kydex. Almost looks like real Kydex, actually, but I don't think it is. And the Combat Ready is definitely just plastic. So, ironically, the Boker has the most sway. That's the Kydex one. Oh well. Anyway, so as you can see, I'm a little bit of a fanboy of neck knives, especially budget ones. These things are so affordable. I like $10. That's $10. You can't get a hamburger in LA for $10. So,
o que você está criticando?
That's it. Eh?
O que você critica?
I'm not going to say anything. It's none of my business. Yes, it is. Because if this hurts him the way Quartermaster went, but that was always a lot more dramatic. The way Browse went, I mean, if you've noticed, Jason Browse was like the guy for a minute. Then he comes out with his import-only line. Next thing you know, he can't sell his customs anymore. And I feel like it's because when he came out with his import line, people were like $40 for something that's just about as nice as yours. I'm not going to pay $300 for a knife that I could get a pretty darn good approximation of for $40. I'm not going to say that's going to happen to Hinder. Nearly impossible. He's too huge. But what if his stock drops? I mean, I've been noticing some people are unloading their Hinders all of a sudden. So, my stream keeps lagging behind. Oh, okay, sorry. MTechs are better than Ozark Trail. Yes, that's true, but admittedly, that's not saying very much, because Ozark Trail is the bottom of the barrel, but they're not useless. As we all know from Birdshot IV, I mean, Ozark Trail is shockingly good for a $3 knife. I learned I can sharpen my Ozark Trail with a 1095 carbon steel blade. Can you really? I wouldn't surprise me. The budget guy can hone his tummy with mayo and coffee. can hone his tummy with mayo and coffee. The inside of his tummy, that is an interesting image. So there we go. There's the little native. This is from D's Knives, so you guys might already recognize it from his channel. I always wanted to try the little native. The blade is too small and too light to be truly fidget friendly, but that's what I wanted to know. But it's a phenomenal EDC size. Look at that. I mean, this to me is perfect. This, and it passes Ben Peterson's finger test, right? This is probably a lot of where Ben gets his idea for his banter, which is, the finger test, and it's perfect. It really is. It's that perfect EDC size. And I would argue there's very little you cannot do with this. You know what I mean? Like, this will do just about as much as any knife out there in terms of the vast majority of what we EDC. It was an interesting image. I know.
Charles, está na hora.
Leave me alone. É hora?
Já.
Tá. Você tem razão. Okay, guys. Thanks. It is time for me to go. I have a 10 o'clock Zoom, and I am out. I appreciate you coming in. Oh, wait. Let me... Here we go. 9:55 p.m. And that is my cue. So thanks for tuning in, everyone. And this will not be a trilogy after all, I think. So I thought there was going to be yet a third unboxing, but I was able to get through most of it. No, there is going to be a trilogy because I still need to find that damn Gerber. I know it's here somewhere. Oh my God, is this it? Oh my God. I found it. Okay. Next couple minutes, let's do this.
Amor, não dá tempo.
Sim, cala a boca, por favor.
Inimigo.
Okay, I found it. It was buried under everything else. Okay. So here it is. So there is no trilogy. Well, we'll see. There's probably no trilogy. I might still find something more. Who knows? I knew it was here somewhere. And there it is. All right. Okay, so this is the Gerber Chameleon. Oof. Oh, it is so rough. That is a terrible knife. Partially serrated, of course. Lots of use, lots of love. Pretty bad condition.
Nossa,
these things sell for a lot, though. It's got the Axis style. And that's the thing. Gerber had this Axis style early on. Them and Cold Steel both. And how Benchmade got ahead of them on that is beyond me. I feel like they abandoned it. So this was the original version of and now they have the remix.
Eu lembro quando você encomendou essa faca.
So this is the new version, the remix, which is significantly better, but it has a liner lock. And as you guys know, I do not like my liner locks. The reason why I wanted to get this is because I wanted to feature the fact that these little center holes are so fantastic for control, because it allows you to have center alignment on the blade along the center, which is always key to control. And it's also fidgety. Like, this is so fidgety. It's like another form of fidget. Like, deployment is not the only way to fidget with a knife. And I wanted to test whether you could do that, and they did. They really polished the inside of that nicely. Yeah, that little thing sticks out. This is a pretty problematic knife, and it's rough as hell. Oof, that is terrible. Anyway, oof. This has definitely got a lot of use. It's very dirty, but I got it for very inexpensive because these things sell for a lot because they're discontinued. You know, anything discontinued sells for a lot. So anyway, that's it. I'm gone. Go watch Pocket Metal stream. Okay, yeah, everyone's going to Pocket Metal now. I think there's a lot of. Hey, thanks. Yeah, I've been. It's been rough. She's been sick as a dog. Safe keystring. I still cannot move my thumb. That's it. That's as much as I can bend my thumb. So I cannot. I tried flicking my knife today, my Adamus, my mini Adamus. So this you can get at Cutlery Shop for $200. No tax, no shipping. So I recommend getting that. So yeah, I know. It's the second time. It's my second surgery. So I'm going to have to go for a third. Good night, everyone. Fala, ciao.
Good night. Ciao. Bye bye.